If you're looking for a 120 hertz native television, the question is, should you rent out by yourself a Hisense U7H and save a little bit of money, or should you go into the Hisense U7K, which has mini LED and a few newer technologies? Well, on this video, I'm going to compare both of these TVs, so at the end, you'll know which one is the best one for you and your family. So let's get into it. Here's the U7H. This is a great Hisense in-between television that's a step below the 8 series, but above the 6 series. This TV is 4K, it's got 10 bits panel, and it has direct LED backlights with full array local dimming with up to 90 zones. This TV is also a native 120 hertz panel, so if you have your gaming consoles like the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, you can get up to 120 hertz at 4K. And the U7H has 480 motion rates, and that's going to be great for watching movies or just live TV. The U7H has the High-View Engine 4K, and it has 10 watts by 2, plus it's powered by Google TV. You're also going to get audio outputs such as Dolby Atmos and Dolby Audio, but keep in mind, Dolby Atmos generally has about 9.1 speakers, so out of two 10-watt TV speakers, don't expect to get the best sound quality if you want to watch movies. What I recommend is that you put an external soundbar on it and use the HDMI eARC on the back of it. That way you can get the picture quality, and then that other audio system will produce the better sound quality. Now this TV uses quantum dot technology that produces billions of colors, and I think the TV looks really good at first sight. And we'll get into some comparisons where I'll show you guys the differences between the two TVs. Now take a look at the back of this TV. It has that older Hisense design that you would have seen on TVs from years ago, but I will tell you that it does have plenty of inputs like two HDMI 2.1s, two HDMI 2.0s. It also has USBs and the Ethernet connection. Plus this TV does have a older composite input for those older devices and a fiber optic output. And which is very rare, it has a 3.5 millimeter output for headphones, but I would recommend using Bluetooth headphones anyway to get a better sound quality. Because this TV uses direct backlights, you can see it's a little bit thicker, and the U7H uses hands-free voice command if you don't want to use the remote control for Google. Now I will tell you, whenever you want to mute the microphone for the hands-free, you do get these lights on the front of it, so that could be a little bit annoying, and they made them a little bit dimmer on the U7K. In my opinion, I think they made a lot of great improvements on the U7K. First of all, the software is almost identical, except for now you can add a camera feature and do gestures on the new model. The U7K also supports Dolby Vision IQ, HDR10, HLG picture formats. And another thing that they did add in the U7K is that if you have a newer Samsung phone that records in HDR10 Plus, you can now play these files on this television and support the full picture quality. The U7K also has this wider stance to it and these larger feet on it to show that it is a lot more robust. The cabinet on this television is a little bit thicker, and this because now they added a subwoofer on the back of it. So you get 10 watts by 2 of power, plus there's 20 watts going to the subwoofer. This TV also has the hands-free Google voice commands, and it has the exact same inputs, except for this TV supports 144 hertz instead of 120 hertz. Now, when it comes to 144 hertz, just keep this in mind. It's going to take a powerful PC graphics card, something like a GTX 3090 or above, to be able to get that 144 hertz, and it's due to variable refresh rate. But the fact that you have that option is a plus. Take a look at some of the picture demos here. I would tell you that I'm a firm believer that the only way you can tell which TV performs the best if you actually see them side by side. I can review TVs, but this type of comparison is going to show you what the TV actually looks like. Now both TVs are in theater mode, so I want to go through some of these different tests. And to me, the U7K has much better colors. In addition to that, the gradient on this TV is much better. In my opinion, I do believe that Hisense really took a look at what happened in the U7H and made a lot of improvements on the newer model. But one of the interesting things is when I switched over to motion, it appears that the U7H was much cleaner. I went through the settings inside of the U7K, and I just couldn't get it to look as good as the U7H. So this is very interesting how one TV performs color-wise, but when motion happens, the other TV might outperform it. In my opinion, I like both televisions, but if you want to save some money, you probably want to go with the U7H because you still get a lot of benefits, but the U7K can be a lot better TV with the technologies that's behind it. For example, pulling up YouTube TV, you can definitely see a difference in the U7K color reproduction, just like I mentioned earlier. And switching over to Disney Plus, the thing I didn't notice is that I didn't see any issues with the motion. So I guess that could be subjective according to what kind of content you play. But take note here that even though the U7K has better contrast, it can take a little bit away from the shadow details. Now, if you're a gamer, I will tell you that the U7H does have a gaming menu built right in. It's a little bit older style, but you can do the basic features like turn on the on-screen display so you can see how many frames you're playing. But they did make some improvements on the U7K, so now you have this full graphics interface that you can go in and change so many more different things. I wish they would have put a crosshair on here, but if they put that on the next model, I think Hisense is really on to something. So last thing I'll talk about is that both of these panels are vertical alignment panels. So you do get really good contrast, but you do lose the viewing angle. So when I was doing some tests, you can obviously see when you get to the side, you're gonna lose some resolution. And because they make so many different sizes with so many different types of panels, you can always head over to display specifications and maybe the TV that you're looking for is on there so you can figure out which TV is going to be the best for you. Now it's time to rank these TVs, and this is based off of just these two TVs, not all the videos I've ever done, but I'm going to give the Hisense U7H a 6 and I'm going to give the U7K an 8. And this is why. The U7H is a great television, but the technology is getting old with the older backlights. Also, the gradient control wasn't as good as I like to see, but one of the plus sides is that it has good motions, but it loses out on that contrast because it only has 90 dimming zones. But on the other hand, the U7K definitely trumps it in a lot of ways. Having more local dimming zones, you have a built-in subwoofer, you can add cameras to it, and it has much better gradient overall. Also, I'd like to say that the U7K also has that new gaming menu, but if you look at the whole picture, that's what I like to go with on this particular video. But seriously, if you have one of these TVs, leave me a comment below. I'd love to see your input and using it in real time because these are demo units just for these videos. If you guys like my content, make sure you go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for the latest videos. I'm Tech Steve. Thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.